Yes, friends, how are you? How's your life going on? Today, we are going to talk about communication network protocols. Okay, so we will discuss communication network protocols today. What is protocol? What do you mean by protocol? Protocols are set of rules and regulations. Okay, so a communication protocol is a system of digital message formats and rules for exchanging those messages in or between computing systems. Protocols may include signaling, authentication, and error detection and correction capabilities. A protocol definition defines the syntax, semantics, and synchronization of communication. The specified behavior The specified behavior is typically independent of how it is to be implemented. Right? A protocol can therefore be implemented as hardware or software or both. In a communication system, there are two categories of communication services. First, connection oriented, and second, connection-less. Okay, what is first? First is connection oriented and second is connection-less. Okay, so connection oriented communication. Connection oriented communication is a data communication mode whereby the devices at the endpoints use a protocol to establish an end-to-end logical or physical connection before any data may be sent. In case of digital transmission, in order delivery of a bit stream or byte stream is provided, connection-oriented protocol services are often but not always reliable network services. That provide acknowledgement after successful delivery and automatic repeat request functions in case of missing data or detected bit error circuit mode communication. For example, the public Swiss telephone network ISDN, SONET SDH, and optical mesh networks are examples of connection oriented communication. Connection oriented transport layer protocols such as TCP may be based on connection-less network layer protocol such as IP, but still achieve in order delivery of a byte stream by means of segment numbering on the sender side and data packet recording on the receiver side. So in a connection-oriented packet-switched data link layer or network layer protocol, all data is sent over the same path during a communication session. The protocol does not have to provide each packet with routing information, complete source and destination address, but only with a channel data stream number, often denoted virtual circuit identifier. Okay, VCI stands for what? Virtual circuit identifier. Routing information may be provided to the network nodes during the connection establishment phase, where the VCI is defined in tables in each node. Thus, the actual packet switching and data transfer can be taken care of by fast hardware as opposed to slow software-based routing. Okay. Next, move to connection-less communication. It's a data transmission method in which each data packet carries information in a header record that contains a destination address sufficient to permit the independent delivery of the packet to its destination via the network. A packet transmitted in a connection-less mode is frequently called a datagram. What? A packet transmitted in a connectionless mode is frequently called a datagram. The connectionless communication mode has the advantage over a connection-oriented mode in that it has low overhead. It also allows for multicast and broadcast operations, which may save even more network resources when the same data needs to be transmitted to several recipients. In contrast, a connection is always unicast, point to point. So In connection-less mode transmission of a packet, the service provider usually cannot guarantee that there will be no loss, error insertion, misdelivery, duplication, or out of sequence delivery of the packet. Another drawback of the connection-less mode is that no optimizations are possible when sending several frames between the same two peers. By establishing a connection at the beginning of such a data exchange, that components, router and bridges along the network path would be able to pre-compute routing related information, avoiding recomputation for every packet. Right? Network components could also reserve capacity for the transfer of the subsequent frames of such as a video download. At the network level, two services are used: virtual circuit and datagram. A virtual circuit VC, synchronous with virtual connection and virtual channel, is a connection oriented communication service that is delivered by means of packet mode communication. After a connection or virtual circuit is established between two nodes or application processes, a bit stream or byte stream may be delivered between the nodes. A virtual circuit protocol allows higher level protocols to avoid dealing with the division of data into segments, packets, and frames. So virtual circuit communication resembles circuit switching since both are connection oriented, meaning that in both case data is delivered in current order and signaling overhead is required during a connection establishment phase. So a datagram is a basic transfer unit associated with a packet switched network in which the delivery, arrival time, and order are not guaranteed. So a datagram consists of header and data areas where the header contains information sufficient for routing from the originating equipment to the destination without relying on prior exchanges between the equipment and the network. Right? The source and the destination address as well as type field are found in the header of a datagram. The term datagram is often considered synonyms to packet, right? But there are some nuances. First, the term packet applies to any message formatted as a packet, while the term datagram is generally reserved for packets of an unreliable service. An unreliable service does not notify the user if delivery fails. For example, IP itself provides an unreliable service, and UDP over IP also provides an unreliable one. That is why UDP packets are generally called datagrams. Second, if a datagram fragments, then its fragments may be referred as packets but not as datagrams. Right? However, TCP refers to its fragments as TCP segments, not packets, presumably to assert that its fragments are reliable. Next, so at the communication hardware level, the services use are circuit switching is a methodology of implementing a telecommunications network in which two network nodes establish a dedicated communications channel through the network before the nodes may communicate. Okay, the circuit guarantees the full bandwidth of the channel and remains connected for the duration of the communication session. The circuit functions as if the nodes were physically connected as with an electrical circuit. In circuit switching, the bit delay is constant during a connection as opposed to packet switching, where packet queues may cause varying packet transfer delay. Each circuit cannot be used by other callers until the circuit is released and a new connection is set up, even if no actual communication is taking place. The channel remains unavailable to other users. Channels that are unavailable for new calls are said to be idle. Packet switching is a digital networking communication method that groups all transmitted data regardless of content, type, or structure into suitably sized blocks. Called packets. So packet switching features delivery of variable bitrate data streams over a shared network. So when traversing network adapters, switches, routers, and other network nodes, packets are buffered and queued, resulting in variable delay and throughput depending on the traffic load in the network. Packet switching contrasts with another principle, networking paradigm, circuit switching, a method which sets up a limited number of dedicated connections of constant bit rate. And constant delay between nodes for exclusive use during the communication session. In case of traffic fees, for example, in cellular communication services, yes, in case of traffic fees, for example, in cellular communication services, circuit switching is categorized by a fee per unit of connection time, even when no data is transferred, while packet switching is categorized by a fee per unit of information. So layers for a standardized network architecture and the associated protocols are referred to as a protocol suite. Okay, so we describe the protocol suite: Open System Interconnection, OSI. OSI stands for Open System Interconnection from the ISO. ISO stands for International Standard Organization. Okay, and the Transmission Control Protocol, IP Internet Protocol, TCP and IP. Right. So friends, now we will discuss OSI protocol suite in next video. Okay, so in this video we have discussed communication network protocols. Okay, in a communication system there are two categories of communication services: connection oriented, this one, connection oriented communication, and connectionless communication. Okay, so I hope you must have got knowledge. Okay, thank you very much.